Alright, on this video, a couple quick things here for the head of your robot. The body part, when you're going to add bones to this, you know what, let's use this one here. And this is going to be for your action scene. You know what, let me go back. So basically, let me name this. When I name these, I always abbreviate everything. So RA, it just means right arm. And then LA, it's left arm. And when you see me do E, it's the same thing. It's just I. It'll either be left or right. So if we have our robot here, and we have our head, I wanted to do that. I'm gonna have to clear all the so I'm just gonna clear out the animation real quick here. Forgot. Edit, undo. These are the sizes I want, so I'm just going to replace it real quick. Why didn't that work? Let's try this again. We'll play around with that later. Should work, but it's not. Alright, so let's lower the sizes here. Alright, there we go. So when we have the body, and I'm going to move this down here, you have a choice. You could add vectors, would probably be a good idea. But I'm going to go over this part here where So the middle part, this is basically on each side is where the legs will go. Technically this should be behind the body. So the body's here, right? We want this middle part below that, right? So kind of like that. So where it's not on top, because when we put it on top, you can see it when we want to kind of move things around. So that part will be below the body. With the head, what you would do here is you'll just create a group. You can name it, I'm going to name it H1 for head 1. And we'll just put all our pieces of the head in, that's including the eyes, into this group layer here. So we just like so. So now all these are in one group together, right? So if we move this group around as far as the head, right, now it's all kind of grouped in, but also separate if we need to move these separate or change what the eyes are doing, right? And this part here, if you're looking at where the body is, it's up to you whether or not you want this on the top. I'm going to put it on the top here, like so. So it should be in front of the body part, right? And as far as the left and right arm, I usually put these below the body. Just depends. So we'll put left and right arm. It'll be behind the body, like so. Now you have a choice here. You could add like joints to this, where these are. You can have these. You can create a vector between here. So if we go back to our robot here, which is already kind of layered together, that's basically what you're going to do. Whenever, let's see here, I'll move that part. You know, kind of like this. You know what? Let's make another one. We'll just duplicate this and call it robot 2. Alright, so if you look at what we did here in this one, we have the body right on top of this middle part, right? And the problem comes up is when you move this arm and you have it below the body, it's not going to work. So for instance, if I move this, technically it should be in front of the body part, right? Like that. So when we do move it, it's in front, right? So if there's a movement like that for the robot, it should go in front, not in back. Same thing for this, the other one, right? Like so. So if we move it, it should be in front. Now, there's a couple things you can do here, because sometimes you may want the arms to be in the back, right? So what you can do is you can create a switch layer, which will change the front and back parts of the body. When sometimes the arms will be in front, sometimes they'll be in back, based on the movements. So if you're looking at this here, let me close out everything. Maybe except for the head part. So what we're doing here is I'm just going to show you how that'll work. So get rid of these legs. So we're just going to be working with the parts we need to be seeing. So the body, like that, right? And let's get rid of that neck and head for now. Alright, so if you look here, the ones we're looking at, we have open here. So I have, it's labeled body top. Make it a little so you can see here. So I have this one labeled body top on and off, right? So basically, when I do have the head here, this head, if I wanted to tuck this head down like this and that would hide, I couldn't do that if the head is on top of the body, right? So if we go back here and we're looking at the head, right now the head is going to be, get rid of these, right now the head is on top of the body. So if I move the head, it's in front, right? Now, if we want to have the head kind of hide, right, behind this body, you can choose to do a switch layer. So right now, I have a switch layer here, body, top, and on and off. So basically, switch layer right now, it's on. So if I turn this, so if I go to turn off top body, now the top body is not visible. The only body you see is going to be this one here, which is labeled body, bottom, off, and on and off, right? So that means that it's the bottom of the head, and then I have another one switch layer top of the head. So whenever I want to change how these heads are reacting to the body, if I want it to be in front, which right now it is, meaning that, oops, I need to do that, meaning that right now the head is on top of the body, right? So if I'm doing head movements, let's bring his neck back so it kind of looks normal here. Alright, so if I have movements where the robot is moving his head like so, and it's on top of the body, right? I can turn it off on the on. So if I want this to disappear and I want it to go back to where I'm going to hide the head behind the body, I just go ahead and turn this off like so, and then I turn it back on. So now when I want the head and the eyes to kind of hide or go down like so, it'll go down with the neck, but they're all separate. We can just go like this. Alright, so if I want it to hide, that's what I meant to do, take all the actions away. Got animation away anyway. There we go. Alright, so let's just see what happens here. So right now we are, the body on top is currently on, and then our head is behind this body because we switched it off, right? So if I want to go ahead and bring this up like so, with this little neck here, right? So let's go back right about there. All right. So now this switch layer is on. So if I do go move it, I can hide his head below, right? Let's fix this neck part too, so it goes all the way down. All right. So now when the robot head can tuck behind the body like so. Now, once I have it pop out like that, right? So if I go, let's go to one over here. Now, when I want the robot head to move, look what happens, right? It's behind the body. That's not what we want. We want to be able to have, when he moves his head, it should be in front, right? So what we'll do here is go to our switch here, turn this off, right? And then we go to our body bottom, and we just turn that on, right? So now when we have our head do our movement like so, now he's in front, right? So if we look at the whole thing, if I go back here, alright, so now that we have the switch come here, it comes up, and now when we have that switch, we can alright, so now that we have it all together here, now when we play this, when it comes up, right, then we have our switch come in. So now it's how we want it. So we hide the head, came up. So this part right here is going to be where it says this switch, right? So by the time you get to the point where the head is moving like so, this turns off. So if you look at it from this frame to the next frame, right? So if you look at, we're on frame 6 here. Right now it's on, and then we go to frame 7, and that's off, and then our bottom one picks up there, and now when the head moves, we're okay. Alright, thanks for watching that quick video.